Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and today I'm sharing with you guys some brand new fall DIYs from the Dollar Tree. DIY, I'll be using this little 4-cubed wooden cubby. This was from a place called Dollar Days. My friend Teresa picked me up quite a few different items from there, but it's still a dollar store, so we're gonna go with it. So if you can't find something like this, Dollar Tree, you can grab 4 of those little wooden cubes, pull out the little drawers and glue them together, and you can make something very similar. I'm using the color khaki, and this is by Apple Barrel, and it was from Walmart, of course. So once that entire thing was painted, I decided to use some rub-on transfers. So these are like a Aztec boho type feel to them. I didn't mind at all because I'm just gonna be putting a couple along the edges of both sides of this little crate. So I only had to use 1 pack of these. I'm just using a thicker crafter stick. These actually came from Redesign Prima. They have a ton of really great rub-on transfers and also the Dixie Belle rub-on transfers that are off of their website. They come with these really thick crafter sticks specifically for rub-on transfers. So I always just go over this a million times before I start peeling off the front. So some people do have issues, and yes, I also had issues when I first started using these. I feel like I've used them so many times now that I'm like a solid professional at them. And I say that lightly because I do mess up from time to time on these as well. Once that was done, I had these 4 glass milk jars, milk bottles. These were from Dollar Tree a long time ago, and I just recently found them, and I was like, these would look so perfect in here. Some of these clearance picks and pumpkin picks. The greenery is from Michael's on clearance, and then those pumpkins were just from last year from Dollar Tree. And I think this is super cute, and it's also so functional. If you just pull the pumpkins out, it is good for year-round decor. 4 of these wood coasters from Dollar Tree, and then I'm just going to be using these fall black letters. These are from Michael's. I think they are 49 or 59 cents a piece. And then I had this sign from last year, which I saw they brought these back. I said in one of my last videos that you can just use items that you had from last year. You don't have to run out and buy stuff. Honestly, my Dollar Trees do not have fall, so I'm really not running out to buy anything. But I'm going to take these 4 coasters and glue them onto this sign, and they fit perfect once I put all this together. And I really like that plain wood look. You could paint these to whatever color you'd like. Maybe spray painting would be a little bit easier. And then once those were glued on, I just glued the F, A, and the L and the L to make fall. And then I just added a fun little greenery floral piece at the top. I really need to practice my bows. Like, if you ever look at my channel, I usually just use pre-made bows all the time because I don't know what it is about bows. I could watch tutorials all day long. I could read an entire book about it, and I just still don't get it. Still, I'm using these crafter sticks though because I wanted to cover up that pumpkin, so I have something to glue the greenery, the pumpkins, and the florals onto. You'll see in a second that I did add the florals to start with, and then I did want one of those cute little pumpkins in the center, so I pulled off that center floral piece and just added that pumpkin. The pumpkins are from Dollar Tree. The greenery is boxwood greenery from Walmart, of course. And these florals, I think, are from Michael's. They were on sale for 99 cents, which I thought was an amazing deal, cheaper than Dollar Tree. So whatever I can find that's cheaper than Dollar Tree, I will most likely always buy. It's a pretty simple one for you guys. I'm using 2 of these little jars or coffee. What do we want to call these? Coffee creamer? Anyways, they're like a ceramic, definitely not to put coffee in or any sort of anything, specifically for decor purposes, I'm assuming. And then I'm using some rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree. And I thought that I was gonna change my mind. I was gonna paint the pink color that's in the center a different color. I'm like, you know what? I like this. I think it really matches these rub-on transfers, and they are so cute. I've had these from last year. And I saw that they're coming back this year as well. So it's kind of nice when you actually save things from the year before and they just bring back the same stuff. So it kind of looks new and you are still able to recreate it. So using the fall one and some leaves on the other one. This one kind of came off a tiny bit. I tried to put it back and save it, but you really can't even tell that I messed it up over there. And then it was a little more tricky to do this just because of the texture of these little jars or containers. So I did have to do like rub this like extra hard on and then peel slowly. And then I had to kind of keep going back as you're seeing it. I just thought I would show that because don't get hard on yourself if you can't figure something out the first time. You'll eventually get it, I promise. Except me and my bow making. That's never going to happen. Tree brought back these trucks. I feel like I had one of these from last year. They have the little back on one of them, like the little fencing, and then the other one they do not. I just wanted to show both of them. I'm only going to be painting this one right here, and I'm using the Waverly chalk paint in Celery. Next, I'm just going to be using the Antique Wax by Waverly to paint the top of this because I wanted it to be a little rustic. I also just went back along the edges of the truck later on and just did some dry brushing because I always feel like dry brushing just gives everything a little bit more dimension, a little bit of texture, just makes it not look so plain. And I don't know, I just wanted these two colors. You could paint the wheels differently. I mean, this is literally for inspiration. That is all. So if you wanted to paint this completely different, I just kind of like using some of these lighter colors with fall. I don't often, but I do still really like them. And I think this color looks really great with like the orange colors as well. So I'm taking 3 of these Jenga blocks and gluing them inside of this truck because I wanted to make this like a fun little like farmer's delivering pumpkins type truck. So I just added some Jenga blocks for security, right? And then I'm going to be adding some straw onto here. I think this is Easter grass of some sort. I don't know. You can use it for fall. You can use it for wherever you'd like. These little pumpkins, I want to say they came from a yard sale and it was from Potpourri, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I found these in a little mason jar and I'm like, these are so cute. Have I never used these before? But I'm pretty sure they're from a potpourri jar of some sort. But this is what that looks like when it's done. I threw it on a stack of books and how stinking cute is that? This one, I found 2 of these jars from Dollar Tree and these look just like pumpkins. So I didn't really have to do a lot to this except just add a few embellishments. So I had some fairy lights. These are from Amazon. And if you guys want to check those out, I'll link them in the description box. But I just threw those on and I left the little battery pack out so you could turn them on and off. And then I'm just using some miter shears to cut this Jenga block. I do have some issues with the miter shears and cutting Jenga blocks. It eventually works with a lot of force. I've used like wood dowels and I've cut a lot of things like that and it works amazing. I usually use tin snips for a lot of things. I've had comments saying they use those as well. I just don't think they give like a perfect like cut. Anyways, I'm going to be using those for stems and I'm just going to be adding some straw, some greenery, and then just making these look like little pumpkins. And I think these are so cute. It's such a simple, quick DIY if you want to like do this for a craft party. I feel like I've said that so many different times. Like this would be fun to do as a craft party, but I just think it would because it doesn't cost a ton of money. It doesn't take a ton of time. So that's why I really like it. And then I just added some gingham bows to the fronts of these. And I just love the way these turn out. I think they're so cute. If you don't want to use gingham bows, you could use twine bows. I really like twine bows. I think they're fun to make and I can make those. They're pretty easy to do. And that is it. That's all I did for these ones. DIY, I'm using a Waverly Chalk Paint and Celery, and then the Outrageous Orange and Classic Caramel by Apple Barrel. I found these Smet Pumpkins from Dollar Tree this year. This is the only fall thing I have found this year so far. But I was really excited to find these. I'm just painting one of them orange. I did 2 in that celery color and 1 in the caramel color. These were so fun, and this is such an easy DIY to do. I always forget how like relaxing painting is when you're actually just painting something. Like you're not like creating, you're specifically just painting to make this look really stinking cute instead of white. I'm using that caramel color for the stems, and then I ended up going back in later and then just using that Waverly Antique Wax. I think it's so pretty, and like I said, I always feel like that everything just needs a little bit of extra something, if that makes any kind of sense. But I just like the way it looks. I like how it's rustic and it really matches my home decor. I'm a person that loves farmhouse, like a farmhouse rustic feel. I don't care if it is getting outdated to some homes. It's just still my favorite to decorate with. I think it looks good in my house. I live in the country. I have farm animals. So I think that maybe that's just where I get my style from, is just, I don't know. And I really like it. I really like pigs and cows and chickens and goats and all the things decorating my home. I also am still a fan of Rae Dunn. I know that's also getting a little, people don't like it anymore. I do. I still have a few items left. And then this is the antique wax. I'm just dry brushing around the edges. And then I did give a couple of them some embellishments. I thought that they were kind of plain, but I'm just going to be kind of adding these to my fall decor. So, I mean, they can totally be plain. It's up to them. But yeah, I just wanted to add some embellishments later on. I have these like wood cutout leaves from Dollar Tree and some twine. Just wrapped around a couple to make them just look a little different. These little wood laser cutouts, these are like a staple, or there's something that is always at my Dollar Tree now. They were like new for a little while and they just never left. And they always have these leaves. So I did pick up some of these recently, and then I did have some left over from last year as well. And I'm just taking one and tying it with some twine. That is it. You guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed these simple, quick fall DIYs. If you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite or what items you have all ready to craft for fall. But you guys, that's it. I will see you in the next video. Bye!